I got a call for what was supposed to be a routine toilet repair, but upon inspection, it was clear this required a complete professional rebuild of the water supply and tank hardware. Years of corrosion had compromised every critical connection point. This was not a patch job. This was a total restoration. The first step was demolition. The tank bolts were heavily rusted and fused in place, making standard removal impossible. A reciprocating saw was used to cut through the seized steel bolts safely and efficiently. Once the tank was separated from the bowl, the old supply line was disconnected and discarded. Inside the tank, every internal component, the flush valve assembly, fill valve, and deteriorated gaskets, was removed. Corroded metal parts and mineral buildup had to be fully stripped to restore a clean sealing surface. Preparation is everything in plumbing. The exposed copper stub out from the floor was cut back and cleaned thoroughly. A blowtorch was used to heat the pipe, removing old solder residue and oxidation to ensure a smooth, contamination-free surface for the new shutoff valve. High-quality brass flush and fill valves were installed inside the tank, replacing old plastic components. Brass offers superior longevity and resistance to stress cracking. New stainless or brass tank-to-bowl bolts were paired with a thick rubber spud washer to guarantee a watertight seal between the tank and bowl. Professional-grade thread sealant was applied to threaded adapters to eliminate the risk of micro leaks. The highlight of the rebuild was the custom copper supply line. Instead of installing a flexible braided hose, a solid copper pipe was precisely bent, using a manual pipe bender to create a clean offset alignment between the shutoff valve and the tank inlet. Compression fittings with brass olives were installed at both ends, forming reliable mechanical seals without soldering. A new chrome-plated isolation valve was fitted to the prepared stub-out using pipe joint compound to ensure proper lubrication and sealing. Once fully assembled, the system was pressurized and tested. The tank filled smoothly, the float was calibrated for correct water level, and every joint was inspected for moisture. The result was a durable, leak-free, best practice installation engineered for long-term reliability and professional performance.